I did attend a policy conference down in Bethlehem at the Nichman Middle School concerning policies that are thought to be behind in some districts. I came back and ours were fine. Mr. Cleaver and I messed up and Mr. Cleaver fixed that for me. But they were fine. And I also met our legislative advocate. That's a program that apparently PSBA started last year, but it has never really gotten off the ground, so they hope to kind of start that. I also have two things that came from PSBA. I don't know if anyone saw this. If not, I'm putting this out there. If you look in the Reading Eagle, it's readingeagle.com, they did quite a nice article on all of the states in the country, how they get their school taxes, whether it be property or income, and what the results of what the performance of the academics are for various states as to how they do it. So I just want to put that out there if anyone would like to read it. It was quite interesting. Also, I did see that the Pennsylvania legislature is looking to increase graduation guidelines just by one credit, but they are looking to increase them. So I'm certainly not in favor of reducing ours if the state's even looking to increase them. I also saw that they're going to a composite keystones score for, various things. So, and the very last thing is I also did some legal looking up at redaction software, and I have no problem with it. It's fine with me. But one thing I did say, you have to make sure that program is extremely secure, because it just happened down at Marjorie Douglas Stoneman. Redaction software, if put into another program other than PDF, shows everything. The redaction isn't there. And so there are programs that will take care of that, but what the suggestion is from the legal standpoint on redaction software is do the redaction, look it over, get a magic marker, go over the redaction, copy that, and send that out, not the file. Because even though it's redacted, someone can put it into another program. So that's the end of my report.
Just a comment on your last item about magic markers.
Yes.
This one here, when we redacted initially with magic markers, it bled through the same thing as the indictment down in Washington.
Right.
So then we had to rescan it in a black and white so it couldn't be read.
And that, they also said it, I mean, you don't really have to do the magic marker portion, but if the paper is redacted, they suggested don't send it, print it, scan it, and send that, because that can't be put into another program. I'm just throwing that out there FYI. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Spinelli.
Mr. Stern?
Title I report,
Well,
please.
Mr. Stern?
Mr. Bradley?
Thank you. Ms. Spinelli, Adobe is a very large company.
I know what they are.
Thank you. And if you recognize that redaction software is done to redact something, it will be done professionally. When people use other parts of their program to black out things is what you're describing and is what has happened in the past. That's why they created a very inexpensive program to do actual redaction that prevents what you're talking about specifically. And also, you're welcome, and also prevents what Mr. Schwab is describing as a very labor-intensive process. And they're responsible for that redaction. Now, I'll make one more statement. If you read the Pennsylvania Right to Know law, there's an immunity to missing a redaction because all records are deemed to be public. So, human error is way greater than most computer error. Therefore, if you let a computer do something, and let's say it's 99.9% accurate, the human then can check for that last 0.1%. If you go the other direction, humans are typically less than 99%. And then you're going to use the computer to solve.
I read all that, I know all that. All I'm telling you is I have no problem with this. Just make sure we get the right software. You don't have to describe it all to me. That's it.
You used fear, as did Mr. Schwab, to describe why you're going to do this marker thing that you suggested.
I didn't suggest it.
Okay.
I'm simply giving what I read.
Thank you.
Before I give my title report, I believe, as a citizen, I have the right to ask board members who are using their cell phones, if they're texting each other, that this is a public meeting, that you need to share that with us. So,
Yes,
just to let you know.
that's true.
So, thank you. All right, Title I meeting we held on January 11th at 7:45 at the center. And we talked a lot about the spring title night, which will be held April 11th from 5:30 to 7:30 at the center in conjunction with the art show and book fair. Excuse me. Our focus will be on STEAM activities, which will include reading, math, science, and music, and we're coordinating that with Mrs. Volsky. Other discussion we had was on our comprehensive plan, which is on the agenda for tonight, and we talked about the Teach Me to Read awareness training and phonemic awareness professional development. We also talked about preschool collaboration, and we're finding from the kindergarten teachers that preschool students are doing very well coming into kindergarten, so that program is kudos to our preschool staff and kindergarten. We also had some preliminary discussion on benchmark assessments, and they're presently using STAR at the elementary level, and they're looking at some diversity with trying to make a better assessment to make sure they understand student needs better. The tutoring program started on January the 14th with 20 students in the AM and 86 in the afternoon, and correct me if I'm wrong, Patty, we're up to 75 that are attending basically, or is it the 86?
We're at 86.
That's phenomenal for our students to stay and so on. We have a lot of staff, and I think there's another additional staff person tonight. And the Parent Advisory Council will meet February the 12th at 6:30, and the next title meeting will be Friday, March the 8th. Any questions on the title report?
Thank you for the comprehensive report, Ms. Bowman.